Hello, welcome to another Doctor Who review, and this time it is a season review. And as you can tell by the first two shelves, I've filled up with season 2 stuff. So yeah, welcome to a Doctor Who review on season 2. So I'm going to put this on pause and get straight into it. So to get on with this, season 2 was actually broadcast on the 31st of October 1964 to the 24th of July 1965, containing over a bunch of fantastic episodes, around about 39 episodes. We have the original TARDIS team departures in some of these stories. We have gaps where the companions depart the first Doctor, and of course we have 2 new companions. So let's get straight into it. So the very first story we have is what we've got up here. So I'm going to be showing you these as well. So we have Planet of the Giants. That one up there is the DVD version, so I'm just going to grab one, so grabbing them both. This episode, pretty okay. The TARDIS ends up being shrunken, and we see a person get murdered. And the Doctor, Ian and Barbara and Susan are basically like little tiny ants in the story. It's a really enjoyable one. I actually really do like this one. Can't find the only thing I like with it, it's got really bad, for 1960s, you can't really say much about it because the visual effects aren't really as good. I mean, it's got really bad effects, but you know they're supposed to be a bit small. So the next one is, personally, I've already done a review on it, so I don't really need to talk about it, is the Dalek Invasion of Earth. Now, the Dalek Invasion of Earth is my favourite William Hartnell story. The Daleks invade Earth, London, in the year 2000. And it's a pretty good Dalek Invasion of Earth story. So if you want to watch me video of the Dalek Invasion of Earth, you just go back through my channel, and I did it only a few days ago. So yeah. The next one is the Rescue and the Romans. Now, basically after the departure of Susan in the previous story, in the Dalek Invasion of Earth, when we are introduced to a new companion, aka Vicky, who basically ends up being terrorized by another crew member who killed all the crew members, really, and he ends up being dead by the people he's pretending to be. The Romans, the TARDIS crew take a holiday in ancient Rome, and the first Doctor really causes the Great Fire of Rome. It's really enjoyable. It's a fantastic story. Can't say anything more than that. Let's see, Rescuing Romans there. The next one, the Web Planet. Really bad visual effects, especially when you're supposed to be on an alien planet and the TARDIS is literally there being pulled, and you can tell it's being pulled, and then you got the woman who plays Vicky like going woo, like that. The creatures, they're pretty cool, I guess. Can't really say anything about them. The Sarbini are okay. They're like big giant ant creatures, so they're basically okay, but can't really say anything about this because you have moth-like, these creatures that are like moth-like, and they're at war with these, and then basically these just eat them. The only reason the TARDIS crew basically end up here because they get pulled off course mysteriously, and this is before the Time Lords, so basically the TARDIS can get pulled off course quite a lot, really, in Doctor Who lore. So yeah. The next one is the Crusades. As you can see, I've got the VHS with episodes 1 and 3 existing. Pretty good, actually. The first Doctor with King Richard the Lionheart. Really, really good, actually. I just wish the other 2 episodes were there to make up this full story. I would actually like to see the Crusade gets proper animation. The book, unfortunately, I have not read yet because I'm in the middle of trying to read a Tom Baker one at the moment, and I'm failing miserably because I've got learning difficulties and I'm struggling with a few lines. Yeah, so let's get straight into the next story, which is the Space Museum. The Space Museum is actually okay. I love how the Doctor climbs into a Dalek going, "I have read them all. I am the master." He does that like laugh. Quite enjoyable actually, but the TARDIS crew end up visiting the planet before they arrive, and then they find themselves trapped in like this kind of like museum cage where you got the Doctor, Ian and Barbara and Vicky just trapped. Really can't say anything more about that one. It's not that much enjoyable. It's just with a few good stuff. I do basically get bored after episode 2 in this one. I still sit down and watch it, but I still get a little bit bored and I play games on my phone. I really need to go back and rewatch the Space Museum. The Chase, one of my favourite 6-part stories. So in the first Dalek story, the TARDIS crew visits the Skaro. The second story, the Daleks invade Earth. So in this one, basically, the Daleks are chasing after the first Doctor and Ian and Barbara and Vicky. After the Doctor, Ian and Barbara stop them invading Earth, and of course, what they did to the Daleks on Skaro. So they're kind of chasing after them in their own Dalek time machine. It's kind of cool because from like around about episode 2, episode 3, where you see the TARDIS effect going like that, and then the Dalek ship like coming the other way, like chasing after them. It's pretty good actually. You got the Daleks chasing after the TARDIS team, and of course they basically make a robot version of the first Doctor to try and trick the TARDIS crew, until the first Doctor has a bit of a walking stick fight with the robot. And of course, Ian and Barbara, after the Daleks are basically destroyed thanks to the mechanoids, and of course we are introduced to Stephen Taylor, played by Peter Purvis, who is basically a good actor really. I do like Stephen Taylor. And of course, Ian and Barbara use the Daleks time machine to go back to their own time, but unfortunately they arrive 2 years out of it. They don't arrive in 1963, they arrive in 1965. So basically the first Doctor shows them how to destroy the Daleks time machine. So going into the last story of season 2 is the Time Middler. And it's pretty good actually. The Doctors, Vicky and Stephen, end up going back to 1066, where the Vikings invade, but just before the Battle of Hastings with William the Conqueror. And the Doctor encounters another Time Lord known as the Meddling Monk. So the Doctor's got to try and stop the Meddling Monk from interfering with time. Unfortunately, it doesn't go to, well, just good plan for the Doctor, because the Doctor basically shrinks the Monk's TARDIS console, so the Monk's stranded as punishment. As a whole, this season is basically okay. We have the departure to Susan, Ian and Barbara, which are really the first main companions to the first Doctor from season 1 and season 2. The introduction to Vicky and Stephen, both are okay companions. Unfortunately, half of their stories are missing for season 3, so I can't really talk about season 3 just yet until I could get more of the missing audio, so I can actually sit there and listen to all the missing audios with them travelling with the first Doctor, and of course with Katrina, Sarah Kingdom and Dodo for season 3. So I can't really talk about season 3 yet because we've only got 3 DVDs of season 3 and I've only got 4 of the CDs, so I just need to get the others so I can actually experience the whole season to talk about to you and give you my personal reviews. I do need to get them and listen to season 3. So for ranking wise, I have to say The Giants 5 out of 10, Dollyfish on Earth 10 out of 10, The Rescue and the Romans 6 out of 10 for both parts. The Rescue is basically 6 out of 10, same with the Romans. The Web Planet 5 out of 10, The Crusade, from what I've watched, 10 out of 10 because it's really good. The Space Museum a 4 out of 10. The Chase is another 10 out of 10. You've got 2 Dalek stories in this season and they're both absolutely fantastic. The Time Middler 10 out of 10. So yeah, very not much of an enjoyable kind of season really, but with 2 Dalek stories being 10 out of 10 and absolutely fantastic. The Rescues and the Romans being like 6 out of 10 each, but they're okay. They are pretty much enjoyable. Planet of the Giants is basically the weakest link. I have to say that very fairly, but I do actually feel that Planet of the Giants, Planet of the Giants is basically the weakest link. Second weakest link of the season is definitely the Web Planet. The two strongest stories is the Dalek Invasion of Earth and The Chase. Them two are the two strongest stories of season 2. So yeah, this is my review on Doctor Who season 2. Thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share, and join me again tomorrow when I do a review on a Doctor Who story. So instead of bombarding my YouTube channel with 3 videos a day, I'm going to knock it down to 1 video a day. So I do this one, and then I do a review on a story, and then a season, and then a review, you know, so on. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe and share, and I hope you all have a good day.